Imagine a photo of the sun rising with the giant and the witch, two amazing sea stacks in the Faroe Islands. Now, imagine a photo of the moon rising with the two rock formations. Wouldn't it be amazing? Is it possible? Will it happen? Let's figure out! Hello PhotoPillers, Rafael Davar here. Today I'm going to show you how to use PhotoPills to plan a photo of the sun and a photo of the moon rising aligned with Risin or Kellingin.
Risin of Kellingin.
Do it again?
Risin of Kellingin.
That's it. Thank you, Google. Thank you. Also known as the Giant and the Witch, two fantastic rock formations in the Faroe Islands that are 71 and 68 meters tall. And we start right now. The idea of photographing the sun and the moon rising aligned with the Giant and the Witch came to my mind during the PhotoPills Expedition to the Faroe Islands. An expedition we did with PhotoPills masters Marco Gracia and Jessica Lancia.
And this is gonna go to Antarctica and Faroe Islands.
And 12 brave PhotoPillers. And that's the reason I'm wearing our Faroe Islands t-shirt today. We had such an amazing time sliding down the hills. Well, that was Marco Grassi's idea.
Marco won! Italy won!
He always wins.
The shame of Spain.
Fucking Italians.
I'm chasing all the photos we had planned for this trip in the best locations with the best light. We even had the chance to photograph puffins. I love these creatures. And the moon. Look at the photo Antoni Caldera took. Antoni is the photographer of the PhotoPills team and he was pretty lucky with this shot. Right, Tony? Amazing photo, man. It is so much fun to travel like this, you know, to plan the photos from home and then to travel to capture them, no matter where they are in the world. And you can do it too. And if you wish to join us in one of our PhotoPills expeditions, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter. I'm leaving the link over here, I think, right there. And also I'm leaving the link in the description of this video right below. If you wish to see a bit more of this trip, this adventure, I'm leaving a few highlights at the end of this video. Check them out. Well, going back to our shots now, the Giant and the Witch are located in the black beach of Tjørnevik.
Tjørnevik.
Do it again?
Tjørnevik.
Okay, thanks a lot Google, once more. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. So while I was there, I thought, wait a minute. What if the sun would rise aligned with the Giant and the Witch? And what if the moon would rise aligned with the two sea stacks? It would be legendary. So I took my phone and I used the find option of PhotoPills to plan the shots. And these are the 7 steps to plan the photos. Step 1. Place the red pin in the shooting location. Take your phone and go to PhotoPills. Tap on Planner, and the red pin should be placed where you left it the last session you used, PhotoPills. In my case, I left it in Menorca as always, our beautiful island. To plan the shot, the first thing you need to do is to place the red pin at the shooting spot. To do it, tap on Load and type on the search address Faroe Islands and tap on the result, and the red pin will be placed in the Faroe Islands. Well, the Giant and the Witch are right over here. These are the sea stacks. And the black beach is right here. So this is my shooting spot. To place the red pin on the black beach, just tap and hold on the spot you want to place the red pin, and the red pin will appear right where you're pressing on the map. Now, to adjust the shooting spot, you can drag and drop it. For example, I'll drag and drop it right here on this street, so I have a comfortable surface to place the tripod. Great! From this shooting spot, I'm more or less at the sea level and I have a beautiful, beautiful view of my two subjects, the Giant and the Witch, the sea stacks. So, let's move on. Step 2. Place the black pin right where you want the sun or the moon to be. Well, I want the sun and the moon to rise aligned with the sea stacks, so I'll zoom on the sea stacks and make the black pin appear. To do it, swipe the top panels to the right until you get to the panel number 2, this one, and tap on the button you see on the panel. the black pin will appear on the map, and now you just have to drag and drop it right where you want it to be, right here, for example, right in the middle of the two zigzags, the giant and the witch. Now, if I can find a date when the sun rises aligned with the black pin, I'll have my shooting date, and the same with the moon. So let's see if the photos are possible or not. Let's start with the sun. Step 3. Tap on Find, choose Sun, and set the day range. Let's find the shooting date and shooting time. So tap on Find. Now tap on Sun at azimuth and elevation. On Android, tap on Sun. It is the same tool. And here on this screen, I have to tell PhotoPills 3 things. The first, the day range, the period of time I want to look for possible shots. The azimuth, this is the direction I want the sun to be, aligned with the zigzags. And the elevation of the sun, the vertical angle of the sun. Let's start with the day range. Tap on date range, tap on start date and set it to today. Tap on the black area you see in the middle of the screen, and now set a period of time of 1 year. For the sun, 1 year it's enough. And tap on done to go back to the previous screen. On Android, tap on the back arrow. Cool, I've just told PhotoPills to look for shooting dates starting from today in 1 year. Let's move on. Step 4. Set the azimuth of the sun. The good news is that the yellow pin you see on the map is linked to the black pin, so the azimuth is already set. This is the direction of the yellow pin, 31.91 degrees measured from north, plus minus a tolerance of 2 degrees. The tolerance is represented on the map by this yellow sector. This means that PhotoPills will look for possible shooting dates. The azimuth of the sun falls within this yellow sector. Always set a tolerance. It helps you find more results. If you wish to change the tolerance, tap on numeric here at the bottom, and you can change it from this screen. The black sector you see on the map is showing you the directions where it's impossible to find the sun for the selected date range. So never look for the sun in these directions. Step 5. Set the elevation of the sun. We've set the date range, the azimuth and the tolerance. Now tap on elevation to set the elevation. Here you can drag and drop the picture of the sun to set the elevation. In this case I want a sunrise, so I'll set an elevation of 0 degrees. And for the elevation I like to use a smaller tolerance, in this case 0.5 degrees. If you want to change the tolerance, just tap on numeric and you can change it from this screen. Here you have also a black sector that's telling you all the elevations where it's impossible to find the sun. So make sure that the sun is not following in the black sector. Step 6. Tap on search to find all the possible shooting dates. Now we have everything set. The day range, the azimuth and the elevation of the sun. This is the position of the sun we want. So let's tap on the search button and see the table of results. Here you have on this table all the possible dates. The sun will be in the search parameters, within the search parameters. For example, let's have a look at the shot that happens on June the 9th, 2020, because by looking at the sun's elevation, I know that the sun will be right above the horizon. Well, let's tap on the result to see it on the planner. Here, the thick yellow line is telling me the direction of the sunrise for the selected date, and the thin yellow line is telling me the direction of the sun for the selected date and the selected time. As you see, the sun is aligned with the black pin right where I want it to be, in between the two zigzags. Have a look at the top panel for a moment. It is telling me that the size of the sun is 39.9 meters, knowing that the giant and the witch measure 71 and 68 meters. The sun is pretty big. It'll look amazing with the giant and the witch with the two zigzags. So it's pretty cool size. Also, the top panel is telling me that the sun altitude is 26.2 meters above the black pin. This is above the sea level. So the whole sun will be visible above the horizon. Pretty cool. Well, I'm done with the planning. I have everything. I have my shooting spot, the repeat position, and my shooting date and time, June the 9th, 2020, at 3:48 a.m. It's when the sun will be aligned with the black pin right in the middle of the two sea stacks and above the horizon. To see the size of the sun on the map, tap on the map settings button and tap on the sun layer. And here tap on show sun size. Tap on done to go back to the planner. On Android, tap on the back arrow. Now if I zoom on the black pin, I'll see that the azimuth line of the sun is showing me the size of the sun. So it's pretty easy to understand how big is the sun compared with the width of our subject. In this case, the size is amazing. Great, now that I have planned the shot, I can save it to my to-do list. To do it, tap on save, and now tap on plan. Tap on new plan, and here you can add a name and save it in your to-do list. And if you tap on more action, from here you can send the plan via email to a friend, and if he's a PhotoPiller, he will be able to import it into PhotoPills. And also you can add an alert to your calendar so you make sure you don't miss the shot. Step 7. Planning the moon. Now that you have planned the shot with the sun, planning the same shot with the moon is straightforward. Tap on Find and cancel the search. Tap on Find again, and here choose Moon at azimuth and elevation. On Android, choose Moon. The moon is tricky, it's less predictable than the sun, so I'll increase the day range to 2 years. So tap on day range and set 2 years. The azimuth and elevation are already set, are the same azimuth and elevation as the sun, because we want the moon to be in the same position as the sun, just rising between the two sea stacks and just right above the horizon. So tap on search to see all the possible shooting dates. Here tap on face twice to have the full moons first. You know that when you're photographing the moon, the natural light you'll have at the time of the shooting is key, is super important. That's the reason the light appears on the table. The orange color is telling me that these possible shots happen during golden hour. When I'm planning the moon, I always check all the results, all the shots that happen in beautiful light, in golden hour and blue hour. For example, here let's check the shot that happens on December the 1st, 2020. Tap on it to see it on the planner. Again, the thick blue line is telling me the direction of the moonrise for the selected date. This is December the 1st, 2020. And the thin blue line is telling me the direction of the moon for the selected date and the selected time, the time of the shooting. In this case it's 3:39 p.m. As you see, the moon is aligned with the black pin right where I want it to be. And also the azimuth line of the moon is telling me the size of the moon on the map. This is because I have switched on the size of the moon on the map. To do it, just tap on the map settings button and tap on the moon layer and switch on show moon size. Have a look at the top panel. It's telling me that the size of the moon is 38 meters. Again, the moon will be pretty big, super nice with the two sea stacks. Also, the top panel is telling me that the moon altitude is 14.4 meters above the black pin. This is above the sea level. This is a bit too low, so what I'll do is to move time forward a bit to have it higher. To do it, tap and hold on the time bar to move time slower and swipe until it gets higher. Let's say, for example, 20 meters above the black pin. 19, here we have it. Perfecto! Great, now the moon will be above the horizon, the whole moon. But what happened here? The moon is not aligned with the black pin. So what I have to do now is to move a bit the red pin to align the moon with the black pin. Let's try here, for example. Here, and have a look how everything looks now. Great, I nailed it. From that shooting spot, the moon is aligned with the black pin, so I think I have my shot planned. Check the top panel again. The moon altitude is 19.5 meters. Pretty cool. Every time you change the red pin position, everything changes because the topography changes a bit. So well, in this case it's still working. The shooting spot is giving me the whole moon above the horizon, which is what I want. Great, I'm done with the planning. I know my shooting spot, the red pin position, and my shooting date and time. This is December the 1st, 2020 at 3:40 p.m. It's when the moon will be aligned with the black pin right in the middle of the two sea stacks and right above the horizon. Awesome! With the moon, always check the natural light you'll have at the time of the shooting. So go to panel number 3 and check the elevation of the sun. You know that the natural light depends on the elevation of the sun. In this case, the elevation of the sun is minus 2.88 degrees, which is amazing light. It's when the sun is below the horizon, it's golden hour, and you're gonna have that moon looking so powerful with the yellow color. If you want to master natural light, I'm leaving the link of our natural light article below in the description of this video. And that's it. This is how you can plan any sun and moon photo you imagine with PhotoPills. I'll put the link to the 2 plans I've just made in the description of this video, so you can import it onto PhotoPills. And if you wish to learn how to photograph sunrises and sunsets, I'm leaving a link to our super guide about lens filters and long exposures. Check it out because it's super useful to learn how to use filters to shoot sunsets and sunrises. Now tell me, what do you want me to plan next? Do you have a preferred location? Do you want me to plan a sun shot, a moon shot, a Milky Way shot, a star trail shot? Let me know, just leave a comment below. And if you go and capture one of the shots I've just planned, please let me know. I want to see the photos. And as always, if you go and capture it, please leave no trace. Let's take care of the planet. In the next video I'm gonna plan another legendary shot, so don't miss it. Subscribe and click all the bells to get notified when I release it. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan and shoot legendary photos. Bye.